Hello guys, so welcome to my channel. Today I'll explain about what is the agenda of my channel. So in our channel mainly I'll cover three topics, or if you can rephrase in the different way, I'll split in three parts. In the first part I'll explain about DSA series. So in the DSA series we'll build the problem solving skill and coding interview preparation. Mainly it will cover in the DSA series, will cover the array. So in the array we'll cover one dimensional array, two dimensional array, and then we'll cover the string. So how we can convert to string to char array and related to questions, we'll try to solve it. After that we'll understand how linked list is working. So we'll try to cover single linked list or doubly linked list, and we'll cover question on the circular linked list also. Apart from that we'll work on the stack and queue. So exactly how stack and queue is working, what is the use of stack and queue, what is the real implementation, that will also cover, and will in which concept it is working. So suppose stack is working on the LIFO, last in first out, and the queue is working on the FIFO, first in first out. So this all part will cover in our problem series. After that we'll check the hash map. So hash map is working on the hashing technique. We'll try to understand which type of problems we need to cover in the hash map. And then suppose if you have to find the occurrence of any word from the array, we have to use the hash map. And after that we'll try to cover the sliding window concept, where we'll fix the window and then we'll try to resolve the problem, and then we'll start sliding the window. We'll change the pointer and then we'll cover the sliding window questions. After that we'll also try to solve the recursion problem, where if we have to try to find the combination and permutation of any, suppose we have array where 1 2 3 and we have to find the all type of combination and permutation, we have here we have to use the recursion. So we'll try to solve the problem on the recursion, and then we'll cover the binary search. So there is basically two type of search: linear search and binary search. Linear search, if the array is not sorted, in that case we have to do the linear search. We have to iterate all the value. But in the binary search, if array is sorted and we have to find the value, we will use binary search. And after that we'll cover the tree data structure. So where how tree data is store the value and how the root and node will define. And there are different type of tree like um, AVL tree and balance tree. So this all type of thing we'll try to cover in our daily coding practice. And then we'll also cover the graph. We'll take the graph question, we'll try to solve, and then we'll go on the dynamic programming, where we'll use the technique to optimize the code and we'll try to solve in the optimized way. Basically we'll use for this all the concept, we'll try to solve on the LeetCode, where we'll try to resolve there, and sometime we'll, if required, we'll take the id also. So we'll use the Intel IJ, and then we'll use, sometimes it's required with Visual Studio Code, so that we'll try to cover on that id. After, first we'll take the basic question, and then slowly and gradually we'll move on the complexity level increase, and we'll start working on the medium level question. And then in the second series, we'll start the Java Mastery series where we'll try to cover the basic concept of OOPS. So all the polymorphism, abstraction, we'll try to inheritance. So we'll try to cover all the topic. And then we'll take the collections. So we'll try to check all the concept like map and set and different type of array list. This all thing we'll try to cover it, and we'll check exception handling. So if you'll get any issue how we have to do the exception, that part also we'll cover in the Java Mastery series. And then how in the multi-threading environment it's working, that is the plan for that. So we'll try to use the multi-threading. And after that, we'll take the features of Java 8 features like lambda function and streams, and how we have to use. We have to optimize our code, and we have to cover on that. We'll try to cover the Java 8 features also. And then we start using the streams. So how we can easily iterate the collections value using the stream API, and that will be the very fast and it's very useful. This will also cover in the series of Java Mastery. After that, we'll try to write the code using the lambda expression. Functional programming also will be covered in our Java Mastery series. And then we have to plan for our framework and backend development series. So here we are going to cover how Spring Boot is working, what is the benefit of Spring over Spring Boot, and what is the basic difference. And then we'll try to write some REST API calls. We'll try to build that one. And then we have learn on Hibernate. So we have the framework where we can use as a ORM, and then this all concept will be covered in part of Hibernate. And then we have try to learn the different design pattern of the microservices. What is the use of microservices? What is the benefit over monolithic and microservices? Why we have to use, and which case we have to use the microservices, which case we have used monolithic services. And we also after that will try to start video making the video on the Kafka, where this is streaming, and how we have to create the Kafka and Kafka topic, and what is the use of that one. So this all thing will be covered. And then we will use the container, how to microservice will build as a containerization, and what is the use of Docker, what is the benefit of that one. This will also will cover in that. And we'll also cover AWS basic, what is the how to create the EC2 instance, how to use the create the volume of that, and how to create VPN of that. This all thing basic will be covered. And we'll also cover Spring security. So how our application will be more secure, how, what type of token we have to use, or we have to use OpenID. This all part will be covered. An API gateway, this is the part of microservices where our external server will be communicate with our API. So this API gateway come in the role. We'll try to cover on that. And Eureka is the where it's connecting with our microservices, and then it's checking everything is running or not. So this Eureka will also cover. And then how to monitor our microservices. And then we also cover the CI/CD pipeline, how to build CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins jobs, and how to create it. This all thing will be covered slowly, and we'll try to create the video video on that, and parallelly we'll start making live video. Will after some time we'll start the live coding. You can connect with us, and then slowly you can start building code and building project with us. So that is the plan for our channel. And apart from that, if you have any doubt or any suggestions, you can start add, and that's really good if you'll try to suggest us. So that is the plan for that. So thank you, and please try to start daily coding practice and start subscribing our channel. So that's all for now.